What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, I'm Nakisha. Welcome to the Winning team. Around here, I give you tips and tools to build a profitable blog. And today, I'm back with ponytail, hoop, and leisure wear vibes to talk about blogging versus YouTube, and which I think you should be doing going into 2021. Now, I get this question all the time. People tell me, oh, I want to start a YouTube channel, but I also want to start a blog, and people can't figure out which one they want to start or which one is more beneficial. So today I just wanted to kind of dive into how I got to where I'm at today and what I think is going to be happening in 2021 and what I think you should do and all those good things. Now, I got a notebook full of notes right here, but I really just kind of want to talk from the heart and from my experience and how I've done this and kind of what's going on in my brand. So the very first thing I think that you should consider when you're trying to figure out which you want to start is, what are you good at? You know, are you a good writer? Like, do you really just enjoy sitting down to do the process of writing a blog? Like, do you enjoy outlining your blog posts and really just going into depth and really just explaining things? And you have to really enjoy that process, right? Someone DM'd me the other day and she said, yo, I just get so nervous about the grammar and the spelling and punctuations. You know, she just was saying that that process is what really stops her from starting. But I don't think that you should be overly worried about that, right? Obviously, you want to spell stuff right. You want to use your periods, question marks, exclamation points as necessary. But I think you should write how you talk, if that's a process that you just really enjoy doing. Now, I think that you also got to be honest with yourself too. And if writing just is not your thing, writing is not your thing. Yes, blogging is amazing. It has really changed my life. But if you're not a writer and you don't enjoy the process of writing, don't start a blog. Are you a better on camera person? Like, can you talk to a camera? Can you really sit down and connect and be conversational and really engage people? Can you do those things better than you would be a writer? Another thing I think that you should think about as well is, what type of content are you going to be creating, right? Is your content more suitable for a blog, or is it more suitable for video? Next, which can you see yourself doing for the long haul? Do you see yourself doing video, or do you see yourself sitting down writing for the long haul? Which one do you think that you can stick to? Because one thing about this, blogging and a YouTube channel, it's not something that you should expect to be like an overnight success. I think that you need to get out here with an expectation that it's going to take you at least a year, maybe even two, in order to gain that initial momentum. I mean, I was creating for at least a year before I feel like I was seen, you know, and to be honest with you, I was creating for probably 2 years before I felt seen. You know what I mean? You know how sometimes you're just out here creating, you're like, is this really making an effect in someone's life? Do they really hear me? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I doing this for no reason? Like, we come to those moments where it's like, is this really worth it? Yes, it's worth it. Yes, they hear you. Yes, they see you. You just got to keep going. Like, a lot of times people will test you out just to see how serious you are. Are you the real deal? You know what I'm saying? There's so many people just out here fly by night or whatever. People are really just checking to see, you know, if you're the real deal. How serious are you about your brand, you know? So you got to be willing to get out here and show and prove, okay? These people are from Missouri, girl. You have to show and prove these people. They from the show me state. So now, after you've thought about what you would be good at, what your content would be better at, and if you can do this for long term, I think you should consider the pros and cons of each, because in my experience, just being honest, YouTube has been amazing for my brand. It has been absolutely amazing because, for one, YouTube has a search and recommendation feature, and I think that is hands down the best when you are trying to build a brand from scratch, because you have this platform that you create content on, and it is constantly recommending your content to other people based on other videos and based on how well that video is done. So they're recommending your video to people. And search, there is a search feature. Someone can literally come on YouTube and be looking for a specific thing and find your video, right? That's kind of the polar opposite of what a blog is when you are new and you do not understand search engine optimization, because obviously there is Google for your blog, and yes, you can do that proper SEO and your blog can be found. The unfortunate thing though about that is that it takes a while to rank on Google. It takes a while. It seems like Google just really loves sites that have been creating content for a while that they can trust sending people to. You know, people throw up fraudulent sites every single day. So it takes some time to rank in Google. And at least that's what I have found. The amazing thing about YouTube is that honestly, you could put up a video today and it could rank tomorrow on the first page of YouTube and people could find you. So the search and recommendation feature on YouTube, I think, is hands down amazing and would be great for beginners when you don't have that initial audience, because you can, you know, use hacks in order to get in front of your audience. Create videos that they're searching for. You know, look at some of your competitors or your colleagues in the same niche as you and see what they're doing. Take inspiration. What are their subscribers talking to them about or asking about? You know, did somebody ask something that you think you can make a video on? That is a great way to kind of get content ideas and, you know, get videos that you can do and rank and search and that you know for a fact that people want to see. So the amazing thing about YouTube is the search and recommendation feature. Then I think that video is amazing for building community. People just like to know, like, and trust you, and video does that really, really well. It shows your personality and who you are, and people feel like they're really talking to you and they're getting to know you and all those things. Blogging doesn't necessarily have that, right? With a video, it's like, yes, girl, you can see people's mannerisms and how they talk and how they do things and how they explain things, and there are certain things that make you feel connected to that creator much faster than words on the screen when you're reading does, right? So I think that connectivity and that community building that video offers allows the opportunity for you to be able to go further faster, right? Unlike blogging, you know, people may read your words and it's just connecting in a different way, right? It's connecting in a different way, and over time, I think that your blog and your words could connect with someone in the same way, but not nearly as fast as video. You all know I am an advocate for ownership, right? One thing about a blog is that you own that platform. You own that. Nobody can take that away from you. It's yours. You own it. These social media sites change their algorithm all the time. You know, they change it all the time. One thing you don't have to worry about on your blog is anybody changing an algorithm on you, okay? You can create and provide resources for your community on your blog that I would not necessarily provide on a social media site like YouTube, you know? In order for people to get the resources, they have to go to my website, okay? Next thing, the good thing about a blog that I have found for myself is that Google rankings. Once you do have a blog post that ranks on Google, it continues to serve you traffic month after month after month, and even year after year after year. And that is amazing, because if you can get a good blog post and you can get it to rank on Google, I feel like there's nothing better than that Google traffic, than ranking in search on Google. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that obviously you cannot get on YouTube, but YouTube and Google work together. They're owned by the same parent company. And when you can do both, you have a gold mine. So here's my thing about choosing between a blog and YouTube. I don't think you have to. I don't think you have to choose, because I think they work so well together that you should absolutely do both. This is how I would do it though. I would gauge which is my strength, right? If my strength is writing, then okay, I'm identifying my strength as writing, and I'm going to use YouTube as my secondary way to promote those blog posts. I'm going to create a video that goes with that blog post, even if you don't show your face. If getting on camera is just not your thing, you can still create videos without showing your face that can be an extension of that blog post, right? So make your blog post, create a video that goes along with it. Maybe you have the word scrolling. Maybe you do some, drop in some photos that you put on the blog post, and you do a voiceover on it. Especially if it's a recipe, then you can show your hands, or you can just show pictures of what you did and let the text scroll on the video. Because one thing about it, two things for sure: Google loves a good blog post with a video embedded. Don't say I ain't never told you nothing. On the other hand, if video is my strong suit, guess what I would do? I would go ahead, sit down, make my videos, and then create a subsequent blog post that goes with that video. I would take that video, have it transcribed and read, and create a blog post out of it, embed that YouTube video, and get double whammy traffic from YouTube and Google. I don't feel like you gotta choose, right? I definitely do think that you should choose one social media platform to focus on at a time. And y'all know my recommendation is YouTube, because of the effects that I've seen it have in my business. Period. Point blank. Some of my highest performing blog posts on my site have my YouTube videos embedded, and vice versa, right? Vice versa. I use the two platforms to feed off of each other. My YouTube videos can feed my blog, and my blog feed my YouTube videos, right? Now, just a little bit of tea. I don't do it with every post. I wait and see how the post is going to do. How are people responding to it? How are they engaging with it? I put up a pin. How is the pin doing? So I gauge the topic to see how interested my audience is, and then I determine if it's worth it to create a blog post or a YouTube video on that topic. So the debate between a blog versus a YouTube channel, I don't think there is one. I think a smart creator would use them both in order to accelerate their growth and accelerate their monetization on each platform, right? Because if you're doing what I said with taking them both, embedding the video into the blog post, you're going to see much more momentum from Google and YouTube, because the blog is going to be feeding YouTube, and YouTube absolutely loves that. They love when you send outside traffic to their platform. That's how they gauge your channel. Can you keep people on the platform? And so the blog post is going to be feeding the YouTube channel. Pinterest is going to be feeding your blog post if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and putting pins up on Pinterest. So the pins will feed the blog post will feed the YouTube channel will feed the blog post back. I mean, really, you just got yourself a views and monetization recycling plant over there. Okay, that's how I approach my brand. That's how I approach my blog and my YouTube channel. I use them all to feed off of each other. So I don't think you have to choose. I think you should choose the one that is your strong suit and then use the other to build. If it were me and I were choosing for 2021 what I was going to do, I would make sure that I'm creating content on a topic that I love and that people are searching for and find the sweet spot. What's something that I absolutely love that people want to see, and I can merge those two together and get that sweet spot, and I would create content on that. I would choose which one of these options is my strong suit and use the other to syndicate my content. Don't say I ain't never told you nothing. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.